Hello and welcome to another Midweek Rant from the Honest Football Podcast. Do you know what I love nothing more than is a third place playoff?
I love nothing more than an absolute pointless game in a tournament.
It's the only game of a tournament I don't watch.
So
I say that with England being in the last one as well.
Yeah,
that was
I'll be honest, I didn't watch it.
I watched the game.
You didn't watch it?
No, I didn't watch
Well,
it.
nothing you love more though, is there, Sean?
No, I'm trying to get the rise out of someone. Go on.
I wondered if it was a lie or not.
So, 64. Alright, I'm trying to make it even with 64 games in the tournament of the World Cup. But you just lost a game in a knockout stage. You should not be rewarded with another fucking game.
Do they get a medal?
The third place team does.
Yeah.
But the fourth place team should get it back.
That's why traditionally there was a third place playoff. It only used to take place in the Olympics and it was to decide who got the bronze medal.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
But what's the point of it? You're out of the tournament. You don't get it in the FA. Well, they did have it in the FA Cup for 4 years back in the 70s of a fourth place playoff.
Yeah.
Why? It's fucking pointless.
It comes back to one of my previous arguments before, is you're rewarding failure.
Don't get me wrong.
I think it goes beyond that. I think that let's be brutally honest, especially nowadays, the only reason they do that is
TV,
someone is making an absolute fortune out of it somewhere. It's got nothing to do with football.
I say it's to do with obviously sponsors and TV time, so there'll be some sort of.
Yeah.
But obviously the viewer.
Another 40,000 tickets.
Yeah,
that's what
it's
I
going
mean.
to be overpriced for reserves.
The viewership's not going to be like as high as it was for a semi-final.
I will say my favourite moment, even though I didn't watch it, of the third and fourth place playoff in this World Cup was the fact that Danny Welbeck still didn't get a start.
That's probably the best thing.
And no wonder they lost. Same against Belgium.
Best man, what was it? Best man off the ball, is that right?
He is the best player off the ball in the world. Once he gets it, it's a different story, unfortunately.
Which we never saw in the third place playoff. But yeah, no, it's just a cash cow, isn't it? That's all it is.
Yeah, so like I think the European Championships did it for a brief bit, and then they realised, do you know what, this is absolutely fucking pointless. Like, but you're not going to get like, so for example, we do obviously FA Cup don't do it now. Champions League, you're going to do a Champions League, get a random game in, and go, oh, do you know what? Roma and who's the
well, no, I think the difference being
Juve, wasn't it?
Juve. No, it wasn't Juve. It was whoever.
So
I think the difference being though is that when you're in a World Cup, you're all in a central venue, aren't you? You know, you wouldn't get it in the Champions League because the game's played all over Europe. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's not the point. The point is like.
So hang on.
My team.
No, I'm just saying that you're more.
I've just lost a.
I'm not saying it's right.
If I was a player, I feel absolutely dejected. I've lost a semi-final of a World Cup. Listen to me. I've lost a semi-final of a World Cup. I am pissed off to the match.
I completely
I don't
agree.
need to play another fucking game.
You're missing the point. What I was saying was the reason that there's a third place player from the World Cup and not in the Champions League is because obviously the Champions League is not a centralised tournament, is it?
But Northern UEFA Nations League, they've got a third, fourth place.
Well, I can't legislate that. You know,
the World Cup, right? You're telling me. So let's say it was in Russia this year.
Yeah.
Let's say that the semi-final losers had been Cameroon and Uruguay. Who's going to that?
Well, no, probably as many people
So
went to.
probably
as many people went to England,
So
Belgium.
exactly. Not only are you dejected that you've lost a semi-final, you're playing in what they're billing as the second biggest game in sport because it's not the finalists, it's the two next best teams.
Yeah.
And you're playing in front of a stadium that's a third full at best.
Who are probably doing their maximum wave at that point as well. Because they're fucking balls. They don't really want to be there.
You're going to get a third full because most of the people who'll be there will be corporate. They're not going to be real fans who are going to be there.
So what is the point of it?
No, I completely agree. There's no point of it. But I'm just saying the reason it happens in a World Cup and not Champions League is for that reason. But it's still wrong. It's stupid.
Like as I said like before, like with the rank, like they might as well just use it as a rankings match, right? Whoever wins the World Cup,
rankings are a joke.
Whoever wins the World Cup should be first. Whoever comes runners up gets second and get a medal.
The problem
third
is,
place, we're going to get a
the
medal
rankings
anyway.
are faster.
And then obviously that should be your top 4 teams in the world of France, Croatia, Belgium.
Yeah, but you don't.
It doesn't work like that.
The problem with that is the way their
rank.
rankings work, because and it's another rant for another week, definitely, is that the team who's hosting the tournament, because they don't qualify, they then end up dropping about 30 places down the rankings.
That's true, yeah, good point.
It's a ridiculous system. In what other world do you're hosting the tournament, but you have no chance of being in the world's top 20 after it? I mean, it's ridiculous. But you can win the World. Russia could have won the World Cup, and they probably would have been about 18th.
But the value of being in the world top, the value of being the world number one is nothing. I promise you, if England, for whatever reason, England end up being number one in the FIFA World Rankings, you wouldn't even know.
It must be
there wouldn't be flags out, there wouldn't be a parade, there'd be nothing.
It must be the only sport in the world where being number one in the world means nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But we've gone slightly off of, Sorry. But the point being is that, I suppose, okay, you're trying to determine that, but you're determining it in a ranking system no one gives a shit about.
Yeah, it's a pointless game.
No, I completely agree. But so I suppose that by the sounds of it, because of people making lots and lots of money off of it, they're never going to change it anytime soon.
How about,
so what's the alternative then?
How about
you could make it exciting?
How about
don't need to. Just don't have it.
How about the team in third and fourth, instead of playing the third place playoff, which the fans are going to be dull, they're going to be doing Mexican waves, so it's going to be a crap game full of reserve. How about all 23 men in the squad, to make sure they all get a chance on the pitch, like the fabulous Danny Welbeck, we have a 23-man penalty shootout.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Just turn up, have a penalty shootout, let all the kids go to the front and go, whoa. I'd go and watch that.
I think you have to be.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Are you saying you want to go thousands of miles away?
No.
To another, no, let me finish. Thousands of miles away to another country just to go there for 5 minutes.
What I'm saying is, for the locals who have got families and young kids, if you make that like, even if it's normal price for an adult, and you say a fiver for kids, come along. We're going to see two of the better teams in the world have a big penalty shootout. Do you know what? Go and watch that. Get kids involved, because if kids play on FIFA, they want to get to a penalty shootout. Do you know what I mean?
I've got to be honest. Even on FIFA, I've always skipped the third place playoff if I ever get there. You know, I've never played it. But you have to face the fact. I think we have to face the fact that at the minute it's still a massive amount of money made for FIFA and various other sponsors.
But I argue it'd be more
So that's what I'm saying. Apart from his very silly penalty idea,
not as bad as some you've come up with over there. Go back and watch Series 1 and see all the Charlie suggestions.
Totally, that idea was the most ridiculous idea I think I've ever heard.
Not a chance. Do you remember his taking a player off every 2 minutes?
That's in the game of FIFA. That's in the game.
It's funny you say that.
His idea made the game. It's actually on FIFA game, yeah.
Do you know why? Because it's run by Canadians. Where? And it's in America.
On the FIFA 19, probably out now by the time we put this on YouTube. They actually got so if you score, your player gets taken off, and then.
What is this, like a separate mode?
Yeah, separate mode. Yeah.
Well, see, lads, I think now I've already proven the worth of what my point was. But
I want on FIFA 20. I want to be able to just play a penalty shootout,
which they did years ago. So I don't know what.
Yeah. No. Could I'm saying, is there another way you could spice? Well, you say that. That was my next point. If you've got two teams of 23, you get their 11 side
you just said my suggestion was the worst. Get ready for this one.
Could you have instead?
I praise you.
Wait. Could you have instead an 11-side pitch, and then split it, and have like a 6-a-side tournament amongst all of them, and you do an aggregate score or something like that?
So which one's the worst idea now, Craig? Sorry, mate.
So you want to do a 6-a-side tournament and then...
We'll put it back on the table. Cards on the table. Right, which is the worst idea? I think we're going the penalty shootout, the 6-a-side tournament, or the third place playoff?
I'll just scrap all three, mate.
No, which one's the worst?
Which one's the worst?
You've got to choose the best and the worst, just for argument's sake.
So you've got to choose, right? You're all ahead of FIFA. There's been uproar about the third place playoff. You have to make a decision.
You have to do these three because they're milking the cash cow. Put them in order.
Third place is definitely your fucking penalty idea.
No! I love 6-a-side. He's going to be playing it in a year. He loves it secretly.
I'm just saying, if you split the pitch into thirds and had six... I mean, everyone loves watching it. It'd be goals galore if it was 6-a-side, because you've only got two keepers.
Not as many goals as if there's a fucking penalty shootout. Sorry, Craig, first and second, mate.
Or, I tell you what, here's a better idea.
Number 4.
I'll just change it.
Could we do like they do in the States and have an all-star game instead?
No.
Best player from each team or something like that goes in.
No, because some of them would have gone home 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, some people go back to do pre-season fucking training. Like, we should. Alright, look, you're losing semi-final. Go on holiday. Have your break and go back to pre-season.
We're at danger of getting to the same point as we did in our extra time debate, which is we're coming
up
with more and more stupid ideas to try and make a case for it to stay when really it has no place in football.
I would say though,
in the Olympics, yes, nothing else.
Yeah, what sums it up for me is the fact that you had to think about the fact that the third place playoff game was nearly as ridiculous as those
R2. You didn't think straight away. You took half a minute,
which I think proves that it is the most ridiculous game in football and needs to be scrapped.
100%. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for 2 new episodes every week on the Honest Football Podcast.